It's a brew day. Happy days. This is the new Braumeister 2021. I was able to access this from bed, turn it on, and go back to sleep for 45 minutes. Now I've got my cup of coffee. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. And we're ready to go. So let's have a little look at this beastie. Here you see the cooling tabs for the cooling jacket. Drain valve. From last night's video, or yes, the previous video, you saw that I had problems with this valve. It was leaking. We tightened her up last night, and yeah, drip drip, little tap. Fortunately, that is overnight all the stuff that came out, so I'm not too worried. Grain was all weighed out last night. We've got 6 kilograms of peel, 5 kilograms of Pilsner, and 320 grams of Cara 120. Time to get this bad boy ground. So this is all crushed. I think this is the Brew firm roller mill, but it does the job, in my opinion, perfectly. Looks a lot like there's solid pieces of grain here. For example, see, well, you give it a quick squeeze and it will just come apart. So it breaks the shell, but it doesn't grind it to a pulp. You see the heat? Okay. Cancel, yes, cancel. I'm gonna switch it now to manual mode because I need my strike temperature. I want that up to 54-ish. Pump on. So we're at strike temperature. I'm going to add the filters. So you know how this is done. You can watch any other brew video. We're gonna feed the grain in here through the Braumeister lid. Going in. Let the smell begin. So this is the last of the bucket. Into the mash. So I've mashed in. I'll tell you something, boys, I wouldn't want to be going more than 11 kilograms. It was a tight one. And I'm not sure if this is the best solution either. The water is still, stuff still gets in at the end of the day. So it's quite messy. But yeah, full ton. Temperature is 52.3. As I said, pretty full mash. Okay, I feel we're getting an extended protein rest here. So we're gonna go back. My recipes. So here we can see our mash schedule. And one negative thing about the Braumeister, you can't mash at point something, it has to be a round number. So that means 65.5 mashes are off the menu, which is a bit shit. I might quickly extend the mash at 65 to 70 minutes. So here you can see the details of the beer. Starting gravity, nope, 1.057. Pilsner malt. We have a total of 11.3 kilograms in there, unless I was too tired last night and messed up. I don't think so. Mashing in 65, 60 minutes. Boil duration. We have our hops. Eldorado. Oh. Interesting. Oh, select and edit hop additions. 2. 15 minutes. 3. Simcoe Cascade. 4. That was it. And then we'll dry hop it obviously. So let's get the brew started. Are you my papa? Water filled in? Yes. Pump ventilation. The pump is ventilated already. I have to go through this again. This is the first time for me too, guys. Yeah, and as we can expect, we're off balance, so just need to sort it. I think it's this corner here is the dominant one. I lift it up. Should get a better flow there. Oh, he's buzzing. Temperature reached. Next, pour and melt. Continue. Well filled in. Continue. I think there's a better way to do this. Please let me know in your comments. Oh yeah. And I forgot to change the mash length. Fuck. Oh well, 60-minute mash it is. Well, I haven't got it leveled off perfectly. It is really, really heavy. But it looks better. Just look at a bit of cardboard under there. It looks a bit better. Alright. Let's get the lid on. Apparently we're going to 65. Thanks for telling me, Braumeister. On our way to the next set point. Just going to do a little pH test, see if we've got in between 5.5 and 5.2. It's not really the best measurement for 5.4, but I think we're okay. So the mash temp is being reached. Wort is starting to clear. Still flowing. Very quiet. Seems to be an overshoot of 0.3 so far, and an undershoot of 0.7 or 0.3, so plus or minus 0.3. Well, I'm getting my 65.5 nearly. Happy days. 25 minutes into the mash at 65 degrees centigrade. It's holding the temperature nicely. Yeah, every 10 minutes the pump switches off. I thought this was for the pump, but it's more to let the grain settle a little bit. You'll get that little channels in your grain. That will take the easiest path to the top. So it just sort of lets things settle and hopefully boosts efficiency. Looking inside, I've seen clearer worts, I have to be honest. Maybe it'll clear up later on in the mash. Coming up to the end of the 65 degree mash. The wort clarity is still not fantastic. That could be something to do with my pH, unfermented starch, or a high level of fatty acids in my beer, which is also a good and a bad thing. I'm going to do a quick iodine test before the time runs out, otherwise I need to continue this. Guess I'm not free of the Herms just yet. Just heating up 15 liters of water to 78 degrees for the sparging. Braumeister is climbing to 78 degrees. Mash right temperature. There we'll sit for 10 minutes. Yeah, it started to clear. Couldn't find any iodine. So no idea if it has converted. Mystery. So we're now at 78 degrees, or 7.78 degrees. It's climbing now, 69. So who will be first to 78? From cold tap water to 78 on gas, or electric to 78 from the 69.8. So we are mashing out. Apparently for 3 minutes already. It'd be nice if it gave you some notifications. Maybe I can find that in the settings or something, but I'm just like, oh. And kijk. The power of gas. Mohaha. I'll bring this up another 5 degrees or so, so it will cool down in time. So I've positioned the malt pipe with a lid right under the grill. I was a little bit too busy installing my wonderful chimney. Totally forgot about this. Oh, as you can see, the wort cleared up quite nicely. Don't fear the foam. Let's get this guy out. Now, cream works well. Time to sparge with 12 liters of set. Filters are removed in the sink. Now we're going to hoist this guy up to the second marking. And you can see he's just out of the grain. So, one thing you need to do with the Braumeister, because the rod goes up the middle, you can see, just prevents any channeling. And give us a quick wash in here, it's going back in anyway. Yep. And slowly sparge again. So he's hoisted out of the mash, and the question is, how do I get this guy to there without getting my floor completely sticky wet? I could not have done this today without a crane, I don't think. The grain is out, it's going in. We're coming up to a boil. 1% of the boil, apparently. It is my chimney, which I've jimmied together. To be fair, you can see the steam. It's just working through natural ventilation. I think it will become clearer later. But this is going naturally to the roof. So 60 minutes hop, 30 grams of Eldorado, 15 minutes, 20 grams of Eldorado, and 50 grams Cascade. 10 minutes wort chiller in, and 0 minutes flame out. 50 grams Simcoe, 50 grams Cascade. How am I going to cool this guy? Because normally I cool in this corner beside the tap. I ain't got no tap no more. Just did a gravity reading. Yeah, a combination of over sparging. Well, I sparged perfectly, but yeah, not calculated well. I got a gravity now pre-boil of 1.048, I believe. 146, and it should be 149, so a few points off. But I got an extra few liters, so this should be a 5.8% IPA, or I cook it for a little longer just to get it down. Maybe boil it for 70 minutes. We'll see. So you'll notice two things. One, the pump is no longer pumping. And yeah, no longer going up the chimney. I have chimney fear. It started to drip down from the roof. Just condensation. Hadn't even started the boil yet, so that's only going to get worse. Get some fresh air in the brewery. And these are the type of alarms you want when you're having a boozy brew day with friends. Because this one's got me so many times. Alright, we are boiling. Well, starting a hot break now. You see it just starting to break. So we'll let the hot break go and then add our hops. Or whenever Mr. Braumeister tells us to add our hops. So add the first hops now. How's this looking? I wouldn't say it's a powerful boil. Everybody was complaining that it was they couldn't turn it down. If anything, I would get this bad boy heated up. Ah, bollocks. One thing, Braumeister, if you can change the software, I would like a pause button. It's already started counting down. My hops aren't in. I sparged too much. I want to boil longer, so I think it's well within my rights to say, yeah, cancel mate. Brew start. Nope, cancel that. Manual. I want to cook. I want to cook good. Heat on. Start. Can I go higher? I can go lower. Boiling, 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 boiling. Yeah, full on boil. So I'm gonna give this an extra 10-15 minutes before I put the hops in. So hopefully get a bit of this moisture out so I can get my OG back. So I know they advise you to take this off. But we need a hot break, man. After one brew session, this looks pretty scratched. Not deep, just surface, but yeah, pity. So by skipping the recipe, I have basically got rid of all my timers. Well, or not. So I can say for 45 minutes. Let's say 47. That'll give me my timer. Start. I should get an alarm. That's my timer for the hops. That will be the cascade alarm. 15-minute timer. All right. Yeah, we got a bit of break. 30 grams of El Dorado going in. Nice. Nice, nice. Now, the 15-minute timer. Got the Cascade and El Dorado. Let's drop that in. There she goes. So I've fudged up. Setting a timer switches off the heater when it expires. It's not like your iPhone where it just keeps running and you keep on boiling. Nope, it turns off and I didn't notice, and the last 5 minutes we've just been chilling. So I'm just gonna heat it back up to a boil. So back boiling again. I'll hold this now for 10 minutes. Cooling coil is in. This is for the cool water, and the other is for the hot water. And I'm running that into the big 70-liter pan. So I got enough water to clean this bad boy with. So we got 1 minute left on the boil, cooking away nicely there. Again, gonna sanitize this lid. Throw the hops in. These are the, well, Whirlpool hops, but I don't have a Whirlpool in this, so it's just the flame white hops. So it's cooling. This is the speed of the cooling with my my wort chiller. Pump should kick on. Oh yeah, it's not on automatic. So let's see. Pump. We'll wait till it's at a safe temperature and then switch on. That's it. So that will circulate a bit and boost our cooling. The time is 58, so it's been running for about a minute now. Obviously, don't waste this goodness. This can only help clean up later. So choosing not to use the Braumeister jacket was maybe a good idea. We are now 20 minutes into the cooling. and we've dropped to 25 degrees. So we'll cool this down another few degrees and start the transfer. Whoop, 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 whoop. Our 60-litre ton is sanitizer valve. Pump still activated, so I think maybe I'm gonna start letting it settle out. This is a nice temperature for pitching. Pump out, not pump off, and we're just gonna let it chill for another 5 minutes. Let the debris settle out, and then I'll remove the chiller, close the lid, let the debris settle out again for another 5 minutes. What I'm going to do is collect a little bit of runoff first, just to clear it out a bit. Yeah, there was a little bit of gunk still in the pickup. And take one more measurement, so indication that the things have settled out. So I cut the pipe to a nice length where it will get an optimal drop into the fermenter. I want to hear splashing and lots of it. Having a look inside there. Don't drop my phone. Maybe you can't see it, but just there at the top is the 50 mark. That's not bad. We boiled off probably 6 litres. And I'm not too sure what the hold up is of this thing. It's a good stream. Just trying to keep it nice and oxygenated. Oxygenating the beer. This is enough, eh? Don't go mad. So, this was my Herms strike point. Every batch, I knew it was bang on when I hit that line. This batch has broken that record. Now we're going further. Oh, sounds like a bit of free aeration. Thank you. For this batch, we're using US-05 ale yeast. Probably my favorite yeast in terms of ease of use. Throw it in and it will just do what it has to do. So we're going to ferment this one at around about 20 degrees. And I'm not going to make a starter, just sprinkle it over. So simple is it. It's never failed me. But yeah, you do what you want. So that is in the fermentation cask. It's a bit warm at the minute, but maybe I'll let you have a little look at the setup. You have a fan, and that blows over a reptile heater, and obviously the fridge does its magic. The thermocouple is strapped under a piece of Armaflex. Alright, see you in 2 weeks, bro. So it's time to clean this guy. We had a break, that is for sure. We got the hops in there. And that's how much beer's left in. I have no idea how much it is, but it's approximately to the top of the coil. So this is the actual temperature of the beer in the fermenter. And we're going to cool that down now to 20. So the holdup was precisely 6 litres. The wort that didn't make it to the fermenter. 6 litres. So this is pre-boil and this is post-boil gravity. 1.046, 1.050 OG. Predicted OG was 1.057, 7 points off. The predicted pre-boil gravity was 1.049, so that was a difference of 0.003 and 0.007. So somehow, further I lost another 4 points for the boil. An inefficient boil. And it's not all the Braumeister's fault today. That was definitely, there was some technique faults. I learned a lot about this system. But still, fudging my ducks. 7 points. It's a new system. It's not my Herms system. We got to get to know each other a little bit better. We don't understand each other yet, but we will get there. But this I consider as definitely a rough start, mate. So everything's been drained away. It did manage to get quite a lot of trub out of the beer. See that little spot there, sparkling. We'll see it sparkling in a minute. Time to get this bad boy cleaned. All right, guys. Cheers with the nice pint of Guinness. End of the brew day. It's now exactly 5 o'clock, so I've been brewing from 9 until 5. That's 8 hours. It's the morning after. 19.9 degrees. And are we fermenting? Yes, we are. You see the cries in the beginning? Yep, fermentation is beginning. And 7 hours later, still on set point. Yeah, we got us a fermentation. Nice. Fermenting away.